This video broke into two parts, so we're going to turn it into a part two. Like I was saying in part one, because this now is for women, that you were in a situation where you got into athletic shape, and since you got into athletic shape, um, the only reason why the men that rejected you when you were in high school, when you were in college, they see that you got ass and titties. They see that you got a nice athletic body. Now, keep in mind, this is 10 years later, ladies. Does this video, the second part of this video is for women. It don't matter if you're black. You could be black women, white women, Mexican women, Asian women, young women, old women. You could be in your 20s. You could be in your 30s. You could be in your 40s. So part two is for women. Now, the only reason why he's talking to you is because you got ass and titties. He see you fine. He see you sexy. He see you one fine motherfucker. So now he want to give you the phone number. But keep in mind, ladies, if you take a time machine and you go back to the time when you were in high school and you were in college and you were fat and out of shape and you were between 200 to 260 pounds or 300 pounds obese, he would never ask you out to lunch and dinner. He would never have sex with you. But it's 10 years later, or it's 15, or it's 20 years later. Now he want to talk to you. Now he want to take you out to lunch and dinner. You got some men who do this to women. So that's sign number one that a woman has become successful. Sign number two, he tries to find you on social media. He tries to find you on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Classmates.com, any social media platform. He tries to find you. He'd be like, I didn't know you had a house. I didn't know you had an apartment. I didn't know you had a car. I didn't know you had your own business. And as a woman, you're probably suspicious of why would this guy 10, 15, 20 years later, why would he try to hit me up? It sounds creepy. It sounds weird for this man to be trying to find me after all this time. You know, I tried to give him some in high school and college, or he rejected me and nothing happened. But out of the blue, he pop up. Yeah, that happens to women too. Sign number three. The woman is out in public. She's with her girlfriends at the nightclubs, at the bars. I can almost guarantee you this. Well, actually, not almost. I can guarantee you this. That 99.99%, every time a woman goes to the nightclubs and the bars to celebrate job promotions, when she wants to celebrate a job promotion, or she wants to celebrate that she got engaged to get married, guess what happens? When she celebrates that she got her first car or her first house or her first apartment, here comes the men that rejected her in high school, college, and at work. And when they see her in public, they try to walk up and act like they're a part of that fantastic moment. And all the other women be like, you just can't bring your ass up in here and celebrate when you ain't seen us in 10, 15, 20 years. Who the hell do you think you are coming to a woman's celebration and celebrating among us when you did this girl wrong in high school and college? You played games. You rejected her. You gave her fake phone numbers and fake email messages. That's sign number three that the woman knows she's becoming successful. He tries to jump in on her success of celebration. It could be her first job promotion, her first job. You know, she became an executive of a big company. She got her first house, her first car. And here he pop up and like it ain't never nothing. Now we get to sign number four. He run into her at the movie theater or at the mall and be trying to talk to her in front of the girlfriend. And this one, the man is usually rude, disrespectful because he's trying to move the girlfriend out of the way because he just want to, get to the girl because he see that it's been a while and he see that she look good and he figured that because of his stature, he can get any woman he want. I'm talking about this type of guy. That's sign number four. Now, sign number five is being stalked. Yes, women get stalked. Now, there's a difference between men being stalked and women being stalked. See, when a woman is being stalked, it's to the point where you can depict it from those horror movies. There's the phone calls, the harassing phone calls. There's on social media. She go to the gym, he go to the gym. She get a job, he follow her to her job. Now, I'm going to explain, because some men might say, what if you get fired and lose your job, and then you end up in the same place she work at? I'm about to explain it right here in this video. I have some experience in that. See, when I lost my job for the second time, I never planned on working at a place where this girl works at. I never planned on that. I never wanted that to happen, and I never planned on it. The guys who be trying to work in the same place as the girl is usually trying to get with the girl when it's like 10 years later. Like, if it's 10 years later, the girl won't be shocked or surprised that you're at the same place. It's if you do it so currently, to the point where every time she get a new job, you get a new job. Now, if it happens once, she's not going to go, that's weird or that's creepy. As long as you tell her, I lost my job, I got fired, or they're racist, they're biased, she'll let it slide. As long as you explain. But if every time she get a new job and you get a new job and it's where she work at, that's when she knows she's being stalked. She leave the gym and go to a new gym. Like, let's say she leave 24-hour fitness and she go to an expensive gym that she know is too expensive, and somehow you got ties and connections. You're stalking the woman. She leave work. You know when she leave work. You know when she go to work. You know where she live at. You know when she go home. That's basically stalking the girl. And that's how the woman knows she's being stalked. So I'm telling you, women that's in your 20s and 30s and 40s, that sign number 5 of you being successful is when you're being stalked. So when you get to all 5 of these signs, you will know that you're being stalked because you became successful. See, if you never became successful, these 5 things would never happen to you. This only happens to people when they become successful. Some people might say, ain't that the same thing when you become rich and famous? Yes and no, because I am going to make another YouTube video called What's the Difference Between Success, Popularity, and Fame? What's the difference between all 3? This video was to explain what happens when you become successful. See, when you try to take popularity and fame and say they're all the same, they all sound the same, but they're all different. So somewhere around spring break, I might come back and make a full-length series that explains what's the difference between all 3. So part 1 is for men, part 2 is for women. So women can't say, oh, he ain't trying to help us out. So it don't matter if you're a black woman, a white woman, a Mexican woman, or an Asian woman. This video, that's part 2, this is made for you women. So you women in your 20s, your 30s, and your 40s, now you know what happens when you become successful, and the men who did you wrong in high school, college, and at work pop up 10, 15, 20 years later. And the reason why I say you get a house, 1 person shows up. You get an apartment, 2 people show up. You get a car, 3 people show up. You get your own company, 10 people show up. The reason why I'm saying it is because the more successful you become, the more people from your past, they pop up. And sometimes they'll let you know that they make it obvious, and some will just show up and won't make it obvious, but will watch you from afar away. So this video is to try to kind of get you to think aware that when you become successful, what to expect. These are the 2 videos. I will not be making no videos Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Probably Tuesday or Wednesday on my next day off, I will make some more videos. Until then, peace.